Oh yeah.
Right, Greg, you on there? Okay.
Hello, hiding.
Hiding, are you?
Yeah.
You're not going to get our money for sack, are you?
It's nothing to do with me.
We're recording it.
Sash.
That is harsh.
He's right.
Hello, Garry.
How are you, mate?
Not in the way, am I?
Okay, mate.
Yeah, rolling, mate, whenever you're ready.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Michael, successful appeals, common sense been seen?
Yeah, very happy with the outcome of that. Having the red card rescinded, it was definitely the right decision to do that. So very pleased with that. And in terms of the circumstances, we've already, I think everyone knows in football the debate that's gone on over recent seasons about simulation and play acting, and it's difficult enough as it is for referees to referee football matches. So there's been a big debate. We saw it in the World Cup about simulation and play acting, and what they've tried to do to try and make sure that that's stamped out, especially in England. The culture in England doesn't accept that, and so pleased to see that the outcome of the red card was rescinded. But I think there's a bigger debate to have, especially in the incident that we've just faced, where it's simulation and it's play acting to actually get players booked or sent off. For me, that cannot happen. That's unacceptable. And I think there needs to be a debate in football with the relevant authorities and people to make sure that isn't happening, because that's what happened on Tuesday night. And I think that's a bigger sin than just a simulation, just to win fouls or whatever it may be, to actually try and get a fellow professional or a fellow player sent off for simulation or play acting. That cannot be happening.
And from your point of view, regardless, obviously available tomorrow, but the damage was done in that last quarter of the game that you could well have gone on and won.
Yeah, possibly, but look, that's neither here or there now. You face whatever situations you have to face in games, sometimes with 10, sometimes with the advantage, whatever it may be, and you have to get on with it. We were obviously fortunate enough and good enough to deal with that situation, and the remaining 25 minutes, or 30 minutes if you include the added time, we were able to get through that and perform well and get the point in the end. Just
on the simulation, can you see any logical argument for not bringing in retrospective punishment?
I think that's what I'm saying. There needs to be a debate. There already is steps that have been made forward in terms of simulation for fouls and for normal play. As I said, it's hard enough for the referees as it is. Players, feigning injuries or simulation is difficult, and it needs to be stamped out. And of course, there's been already a process in place we saw it in the World Cup, a stamp down on that side of things. But definitely in terms of like the case we saw, a player simulating or play acting to actually get a fellow player booked or sent off. If you're not able to see that at the time, then retrospectively 100% needs to happen, because that just can't happen in football. I think everyone agrees with that globally, and that's obviously something that needs to be visited.
That side, it's been a really positive couple of weeks, not least in terms of taking chances. Obviously Duke finally getting some goals that is so well deserved, and obviously Michael contributing from another area of the pitch. Yeah,
we're in a good way. We're in good spirits. We're 7 games unbeaten. We'd have liked more wins, of course, but 7 games unbeaten in this league is cannot be underestimated. That's a difficult thing to do in any circumstances. So to have 7 games unbeaten shows how well we're doing and competing. We'd like to be more clinical. We need to be more clinical. We want to win more games, and we need to win more games. That's clear. But I think you can see, as I've said many times in this period of games, we've done more right than we have done wrong, and we've been very marginal in terms of not having those draws into wins. So we're on the right way. We're on the right path. Everyone's working hard, and we've got an opportunity before the international break. That'd be a great way to go into the international break if we can try and get a win at St Andrews.
Obviously, you're coming up against a team in a very, very similar position. What have you made of Rotherham this season?
I think Paul's. I think everyone needs to be aware. Paul's got them very organised. They have a lot of energy, a lot of endeavour. Very similar to ourselves in that sense, in terms of energy and endeavour and spirit, and a difficult team to play against. So they're going to come here, and we have to respect that in the sense of we're going to have to match that work rate. We're going to have to overcome that on our own patch and try and put ourselves in a position to win the game. So Paul's done fantastic with them. As you'd expect with a promoted team, a lot more confidence when they come up, especially in the early parts of the season. But organised, energy and endeavour is a big way to describe them, and we have to be ready for that, which we are, and we're looking forward to the game at the weekend.
And lastly from me, how does your role change tomorrow? Is it? I understand you're not even allowed to, obviously if you're in the director's box, you're quite close to the dugout and the pitch anyway. Are you not allowed to speak apart from on the radio and on the phone?
Yeah, look, the rules state that you can speak before half-time and after the game. During the match, I can communicate with the bench, but through obviously whichever means, whether that be radio or phone or whatever it may be. So obviously we have that set up, but obviously I can't directly communicate, so you won't see me shouting down from the stands to make it a little bit more basic for you.
So you can take your phone charger with you?
Yeah.